7 million couples in the USA have difficulty conceiving a baby. Nearly 1 in 7 couples are dealing with the very personal issue of infertility. Technology, however, is having a positive impact, giving hope where for many little existed. With us to discuss the latest in reproductive innovations is Dr. Michael Pelikanis, a specialist in obstetrics and gynecology. Also joining the discussion, CEO and founder of Renovum Women's Health, Stephen Bullinger. Gentlemen, so great to have you here today. This is a very, very important issue. And Doctor, I want to go to you first. You're exposed to the emotional side of this issue with women who come in who are stressed and emotional. Tell me a little bit about how you deal with that.
Well, Julie, it's a big issue. Women delay childbearing now because of their careers, and then all of a sudden they decide they want to conceive in their late 20s, early 30s when fertility actually starts to decrease. When they got together initially, they were attracted emotionally, physically, and sexually. And now all of a sudden, the couple's having intercourse, they're timing it, it's regimented, it's no fun anymore. And all of a sudden, they don't even want to have sex anymore. So it's a big issue.
It is a big issue, and I can relate because women that do have careers, we do delay that whole issue of getting pregnant. But Stephen, I want to ask you, what are the major reasons that you found behind infertility?
Well, thank you. Infertility is a multifactorial disease state, and it's just not one thing.
Right.
So when you start looking at it, 40% of it is related to the males. 40% is related to the females.
Not all us.
That's right. And 20% is a healthy male and a healthy female trying to conceive and it's not working for them.
Okay, doctor, I want to ask you, what are the traditional treatments for infertility and how successful are they?
Well, the first thing we do when we see an infertile couple is we do an accurate history and physical, because just talking to them you can find out what the major problem is. For instance, if Mrs. Jones only has 4 periods a year, we give them ovulatory drugs so they can ovulate more frequently. But oftentimes we find nothing, then we go through diagnostic tests, then we try intrauterine insemination, and the end all is in vitro fertilization, which is beyond the financial scope of many of our infertile couples.
I was going to say, most people can just not afford that. It's very expensive. Stephen, fertility rates are projected to reach their lowest levels in decades. And are most women aware that there are alternative things that they can do out there?
So once couples have identified it's not working naturally and they're having difficulty, they start self-educating.
Okay.
Technology today with internet and media, we start learning more and more. They go to their family to go for help, and then they go to physicians for additional help. And as we get self-educated, we start doing things on our own because we're finding it's difficult to get to a physician and get the treatments we like. So we're finding people using things that they shouldn't be using. They're trying turkey basters, they're trying syringes.
Oh my gosh.
So they're getting creative, and all they're trying to do is what physicians have been trying to do for years, is get a higher concentration of sperm next to the cervix to aid in conception.
Okay, doctor, talk about that fertility window. What is that?
Well, Julie, it's amazing that there are so many unwanted pregnancies because in reality there's just a few days a month that you can conceive. Sperm usually lasts 24 to 36, maybe 48 hours. And the egg usually only lasts about 24 hours.
Wow.
So you have maybe a 2-3 day window when conception can occur.
Well, guys, stay right where you are because this is amazing. We're about to discover how some couples are taking back control of conception. And don't go away because we'll be right back when the balancing act continues right after this. We are back, and as promised, joining us, Nikki, Jimmy, and little Sophia Spaniel. She's so adorable. Look at her over there. Now, we're going to talk to you guys later. Sophia is adopted, but you are taking proactive measures toward another way of giving birth, and that's why we want to talk to you, because you've got this revolutionary new item here, the Stork. So could you tell us about the Stork?
What we were trying to do was, in this growing era of infertility, bridge the gap between natural intercourse and more surgical approaches like intrauterine insemination and IVF. So as we're bridging that gap, we thought that we should try to use a medical proven technology that physicians have used for years. And that's called intravaginal insemination. And all it does is create a higher concentration of sperm next to the cervical os. But historically, this was done in a doctor's office and not very private. So what we tried to do was say, hey, in today's world, if a man can use a condom and a female can use a tampon, wouldn't it be interesting to use those technologies to bridge that gap? So what we did was we took our custom condom, and instead of disposing the condom when they're done, what they'll do is the female will load it into the introducer. They'll load it into the introducer, track it up the vaginal tract, deliver it just like a tampon, leave it in there for 3 to 5 hours, and when they're done, they can pull it out just like a tampon.
Okay, this is like so brilliant. And this just seems like, wow, we've been waiting for this for a long time.
And we thought that, bringing it back to the home is at least the first step in assisted reproduction, and that's where we started.
Now, little Sophia is adopted. That's beautiful, gorgeous girl. But you guys are going to take more proactive steps toward conceiving. Tell me about that.
Well, we spent a lot of time trying to conceive. We had multiple procedures. I gave myself injections, and it was rigorous and expensive and very emotional. So we were fortunate enough to adopt Sophia. And now that we have her, we want more private methods. We don't want to spend as much money as if possible, and keep the stress levels down, because we have her to think about now as we continue to build our family.
Of course. Jimmy, any words you'd like to share for those parents at home, or maybe thinking about taking these kind of steps that you and your family are taking?
We want something that's simple, that's private, that the two of us can handle. We have control, and it's all the better if it's inexpensive. So, we're looking forward to using the Stork.
Is there an optimal time for this in the technology picture?
The Stork's a perfect device to increase the ejaculate's contact with the cervix for prolonged periods of time, which undoubtedly will enhance fertility. We finally have something that we can offer patients that's under $100. Where did you ever go to the doctor for less than $100? For anything.
For anything. Stephen, any closing comments about this?
We're all looking for a little help and a little nudge. We hope that this is the nudge of the Stork to be the first step in aided conception.
That's so amazing. Thank you so much for being here today. And if you're a woman or a couple having trouble with conceiving, or if you know someone who is and need to find out more about what couples are doing to increase fertility in their own lives, or if you'd simply like more information on the Stork, we'll visit that at thestorkforwomen.com. That's THE, storkforwomen.com.